Hi, I'm Tracy Cook, one of the SEMH specialist teachers for the Dover district. Today I'm going to talk to you about task management boards and how to use them in the classroom. So a task management board is a visual way to communicate to a child what needs to be done. It's a set of instructions to enable a child to complete a given task. Usually we would use photographs or simple pictures, illustrations, so that a child can see what needs to be done in order to complete any given task. We could use these to support children to complete all kinds of activities and tasks by supporting their understanding of the different stages to go through. So for example, you could use them for personal care tasks so that a child knows how to wash their hands. And the order of what to go through. We've got an example here of what you need to do to wash your hands. So you need to turn the tap on, put soap on your hands, wash your hands, turn the tap off, dry your hands on the towel and put the towel in the bin. So that's like a task management board for how to wash your hands, all the stages to go through to complete the activity. We use them for classroom tasks as well. So as you can see, the main big task is broken down into much smaller little tasks, and children can tick these off or remove the picture when they've completed each little bit of the task. Sometimes the task board can include a list of equipment and an explanation of what the equipment is used for and how, depending on the age of the child and their level of understanding, you would make them more simpler or include more things. So you need to make them appropriate for each child. Although I have seen some schools use them as a whole class resource at the start of each lesson to show you will be successful at this activity if you've done this, 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 this. So they can be adapted for all ages and abilities, and you can use the task management board in words, pictures, photos, or a combination of them all, and you can include an explanation or image of what the finished task will look like, so children know what they're aiming towards and when they're at the end. How to use a task management board. You can use a task management board with your whole class, with individual children or with small groups. So I've seen a task management board used whole class and displayed next to the whiteboard, or to have one on the interactive whiteboard, and teachers talk through the stages the children need to go to complete their activity before setting the whole class off. You can have individual ones and personalise them for each child, or you can have groups, ones for each group. So if you've got a whole class one, make sure it's displayed so the whole class can see it without keep moving. It needs to be in their eye line so that they're not getting up and wandering around the room to check that they're following the right check they're following the tasks in the right order. If a child's got an individual one, you need to be able to move it, so it's probably not the best idea to stick it to the child's workstation or table, but have it so that you can take it and move it around, because the child will go from group to group, table to table. So begin by completing the task management boards with the child. So we've got this example here, and you talk the child through each step or model how you would do the task, talking out loud at the stages you would go to. As the child gets more used to this and more independent, they will start to do you can use bullet points or each stage themselves, and they can talk it through out loud with you so that they can complete that as they go. You can have a laminated card and the child uses a whiteboard pen to write on them, or you can have pictures that you put on. Sometimes I've even seen just whiteboards with bullet points used, and they work perfectly. Or if you're out and about and you think you've forgotten your task management board, just use bullet points on a post-it note. As long as a child can independently work through those sections and they know what to do, then that works as a task management board. Pupils can have task management boards to take home if they've got homework to complete at home, and you may need to talk to parents through how a task management board works in school so that they can do the same at home with the child. You can keep personal ones as a reminder for dealing with recurring themes and instances, and maybe make into a book for a child. You can display on the wall or on the child's personal workstations. Some include key vocabulary that you need to use in a specific lesson, or you want a child to use in a specific task. Input can be done in a phased way, model and support and then ease off, and include the reward visual for further motivation for a child, so they know what they're going to get when they finish their task. So who would use a task management board? As I said earlier, it's an excellent whole class tool. You could use it with pupils with speech, language and communication needs, pupils with language memory difficulties because they find it difficult to remember the spoken word, and unlike spoken words, visuals don't disappear into thin air. They're great for pupils with low confidence and self-esteem because children can be confident and they can achieve their tasks. Pupils with cognition and learning, communication and interaction and SEMH needs also find them very helpful, and pupils who need support to become independent learners, and you can use them intermittently in your class with one child or groups of children, and you can set them off to go through one task on their own, where you go and help someone else and come back for the second stage of the task, set them off, go and help someone else, come back for the third part of the task. But the child needs to know that you are going to come back and support them through the next stages. Or you could use a timer and say, right, I'll come back after 3 minutes and see where you've got to and talk through the next stage with you. But the children need to know that you are coming back to work with them. So here are some examples of task management boards. This is the one that we would use for problem solving. So when I spoke earlier about the problem with the laptop, it is out of charge. Then you would write that as the problem, write the stages of solution so that the next time it happens, the child would feel confident that they would know what to do. If they don't know what to do, they could get their task management board out and follow the stages. There's another task plan here from the TESS website. This is a bit more complicated. It's got a section for resources, what you need to do, anything else, the reward and the time that the child has got to take to do it. There's another task sheet there, very, very similar to this one, just without the visual of the motivational reward. And then you've got a more complicated one, which you probably use for older children. The resources there are the identification, assessment, strategies and resources from Language for Learning, which is an excellent resource to use. Inside here, there is everything you need to know about task management boards, examples of task management boards, and the pictures that you might need for the task management boards. They also provide process and instructions and information, and you've got that there inside there. That's in that one. I've provided you with some useful links at the end to hopefully save you some time and give you somewhere else to go to look if you want more information on this. If there's still not enough there, if you need any more information, my contact details will be at the end of the video, so please feel free to contact me if you have any more questions. Thank you.